And now we are going to introduce the port beside the beside those ports in the head and at the bottom. And there are also two ports beside on the side. On the left side, it is a USB 3.0 port, and it is covered with the screws on in case of the water and dust in. And if you want to use it, please unscrew to use the USB port. And as we all know, it is mounted on the vehicle, so it will get a lot of the vibration and shock. So that's the reason we cover it with the screws on. And on on the other side, this port is optional for the 4G module. So if you have added the 4G or the cellular function module to your tablet, and then this port could be used for the SIM card insertion. And now I'm going to give you more details about the power supply solutions. And since there are many different types or models of vehicles in different industries, so we have prepared for solutions for the power supply. We have equipped the tablet with the power adapter cable with the 5.5 millimeter DC jack. So for the first one solution and the second solution, it can go through the 5.5 millimeter. And here we have already prepared one power supply, power adapter, and to show you how they are working together. And you just need to connect the 5.5 millimeter this jack from the power adapter to this cable. And this tablet has been set to be auto power on once with the power supply. And you can see the blue blue light is on, and now it is starting to reboot. The voltage input for the power supply of this tablet is from 11 to 24 voltage. And the power adapter we have prepared is 19 voltage input. And if you can make sure you can provide a steady voltage between the 11 to 24, and also with the 5.5 millimeter disc jack, you can connect it directly to the tablet to provide the power supply. And if you don't have such a wall adapter like the EU, US, AU adapter from your vehicle, you can consider the second solution, the cigarette lighter car charger, also with the 5.5 millimeter disc jack, and it is also 19 voltage. And as we all know, there are some different types of the power supply for the heavy machinery. So here we also provide two wide voltage module, and the difference between them is the different power input. For the third solution, the wide voltage input is from 9 to 36 power input. And while for the last one solution, the power input will from 24 to 60 voltage input. And if you want to use those wide voltage for the power supply, since they are wires, you can DIY to connect wires to your power supply in the vehicle. And also we have provide another accessory, just like shown in the picture in the third solution, the aviation port to the four wires, two wires for the power positive and the power negative, and the other two for the GPIO, the power control. So you can connect the wide voltage module, the aviation port to the wires and to the power supply in your vehicle. So there are a lot of the power supply solutions for you to consider. And now we are going to make a summary of the which function is for standard version of the tablet and which functions are optional. I think because we have spent a lot of time to introduce what is for the standard version and what is optional, so probably you have a clear mind. The Wi-Fi and the GPS module with these two accessories, they are working for the standard version, and the 4G function is optional, and also the RJ45 Ethernet port from the port 1 is optional, and then the NFC module on the back is optional, and the battery is also a choice for customers. And for the standard version, there is no battery at all, so you only can power supply the tablet from the power on the vehicle. And if you want to, and if you worry about the data loss, the data loss once the power is gone, and then you can add the small built-in battery of 1000 milliamp hour into the tablet to save the data successfully once the data is lost. And also, in some use cases, our customers said they will use the tablet outside the vehicle, so the battery would be a very helpful tool. And also, you can choose the three USB signal from the port 3, or you can choose two USB signal plus one CAN signal from the port 3. And for the port 2, it's also an optional port with the two RS232 serial port, and also you can choose one RS232 plus one S for A5 port. I'm not sure if you have got a clear picture of what the functions are standard and what functions are optional for this tablet until now. If you still are confused, please communicate with us after today's live show. And since those functions are standard and optional, accordingly, a lot of accessories are standard and optional. So we're going to show you the accessories picture. For the standard accessories, the power transport cable and the two antennas, and then the cigarette light, and only these three accessories are standard. And the other accessories like the cigarette light adapter and the battery, the wide voltage, the two types of the wide voltage modules, the active mushroom GPS antenna, and then the function cables like the aviation port to the serial port, or the aviation port to the Ethernet port cable, or the aviation port to the USB port cable. So all those function cables, they are optional. And also for these three ports, they are 12 pins. So if you want to know the definition of those pins, we can share our document of the pin definition to you for your DIY on this tablet. And also we provide an accessory of the aviation to 12 wires for 12 pins. So please communicate us in detail for the accessories you want. And now we are going to show you how it was with the vehicle mount. And before we're going to show you, please wait for me several minutes, and I'm going to clear the table.